Oh,
it's orgasmic sometimes. Yeah.
You can hit hard like that, but I can hit way harder like that. Fucking boom! Well, it's funny because you talked to me on the podcast before. The first time you came on and you said, I can't even work out. Because if I work out, my ego will get excited.
But I did this toad, and this toad, I said, you gotta do it. I said, you have to do it.
The toad told you.
You have to
The DMT told you time to fight.
You have to do it. Everybody can't express themselves being centered.
Yeah.
People have to be totally insane to express themselves. Me, Mike Tyson, I'm an obsessed mentality type of person.
Do you think that's what it takes to make someone who is as good as you, as young as you? You have to be completely obsessed.
Yes. Most fighters, our main problem is self-control. That's our main,
for sure.
Yes.
Because you're still working. It's like a great man who was a great fighter at one point in his time stops thinking about himself. You're always working on yourself.
Constantly. Listen, if you know who you are at this stage of your life, then you're very limited.
Right.
If I know who I am at this stage, 55 years old, and I know who I am, this is never going to change.
Right.
This is who I am right now. I'm going to be a very limited person.
Yeah.
You know, every day of our life we change without even knowing.
Absolutely.
Without even knowing we change.
That's at every age, right?
We're a center of our attention.
And the great coaches find those people and make them better.
Exactly. You have to bring it out of them.
Yeah. But you have to have one of those people. You know?
Like, no one could ignite me like Customato.
Right.
It's totally different. It's just different. It was so emotional involved. Greatness was the willingness to die.
You were getting positive reinforcement from thinking like that for the first time in your life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Never felt like that before. It was like taking a big drug, like Lucy, just boom, it felt like you're the man. Then everybody's telling you you're great. Customato used to do with me, he used to take me to a hypnotist. He was a hypnotist as well. Yeah, and I used to go into hypnotist motions.
What kind of shit do they make you do?
You know,
and how they do it?
You relax, you go under, you totally focus on blackness, nothingness.
Right.
And you go under and you're just being this savage, intelligent animal. You're just working. You're going to do this. You're going to be a ferocious animal. You're going to fight, puff both hands to the body. You'll use your jab. You're going to do this in ferocious fashion. And they seeked all that in me as I was younger.
And you were like 12, 13 years old?
Yeah.
Wow. So they're putting you under and just teaching you that mindset.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Destroy these guys. These guys are in our way of, greatness, glory. What does it mean when fighting gets you erect? What does that mean?
It's a good question. It means you're getting excited.
Yeah.
So that's going through your mind right now.
Well, that's how I get when I was a kid. And sometimes I get the twinkle.
The twinkle.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like you reached a state as a human being, as a champion, as a ferocious fighter. You reached a state of ability and of accomplishment that very few humans will ever touch and feel. That's why I'm asking you, when you're running, when you're hitting the bag, when that heart's beating again, and you know who you are. You're Mike motherfucking Tyson. So when you're doing all this shit again, you're still Mike Tyson. Those thoughts have got to be burning inside you again. It's got to be pretty wild. Tyson, in his prime, where he was just storming the gates, he just stalked people down and smashed them. Just you couldn't stop him. I put that Mike Tyson up against anybody who ever lived. That guy was a special fighter. Part of the thing about Tyson that people forget, it wasn't just the knockout punching. He was so hard to hit, man. He was bobbing and weaving. He was already short for a heavyweight, but he would get low. He was coming at you and he had everything. He had knowledge. He had this deep library of films that he would watch. He's throwing things from his toes all the way up. He's got everything going for him. He was a different guy. It's like a different model of fighter than we had ever seen in the heavyweight division before.
Did you ever do any fighting?
I did kickboxing and
Tell me about
taekwondo
that.
tournaments. So I was pretty good at taekwondo. I won a bunch of state championships and I won tournaments.
When did you know you wanted to get physical with another human being and do this stuff? 'Cause, you can't be in right frame of mind to want to do this stuff.
No.
You gotta realize that. I did that video and I was in bed for a week. That was 30 seconds and I was in bed for a week. This is big boy, okay?
Big boy.
This big boy. You was
There
out,
it is right there.
Yeah, that wasn't really cool.
In this world with hormone replacement and vitamins and he does all this
electrical muscular stimulation, recovery stuff. Like when they were training Mike for that Roy Jones fight, like they were using state-of-the-art science.
Yeah.
Like I don't give a if you think he's 55 years old. That guy will hurt you.
An exponent of the art of fighting. I'm a fucking student of war. Then Alexander and Napoleon, I know them all. I read them all. I studied them all. I know the art of fight. I know the art of war. That's all I ever studied.
When you get challenged by someone who's a guy like a Jake Paul, does that piss you off? Is
Not
it
at
part
all.
of it that's just like
no, it doesn't. I don't
No?
think. I think it's awesome.
You think it's awesome?
Yeah, I think it pisses me off. I think it's cool.
You think it's cool? That's awesome. That's awesome that you handle it that way. Because like, in a way, I mean, it's kind of insulting. It's brave, it's bold of him, but it's like levels to this world.
I was gonna rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Conqueror, no, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from their cloth. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah. You can't touch me. You're not man enough. You're scared coward. You're not man enough. You can't last 2 minutes in my world. Scared like I'm scared of the real man.
I'm beautiful. That's all I can say. I'm doing great, but my body right now, I'm sore. Yeah, I'm really sore. No, I really like Jake a lot, you know, but once he's in that ring, you have to fight like his life depending on it, because it will be. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of sprints because that's what I'm doing, a lot of running. I've been doing a lot of sprints, yeah.
To try to put an end to me. Because that's what all these fighters have been trying to do, is end the YouTuber. And if Mike can do that, then he's a hero.
Succeed greatly, you have to be willing to fail greatly.
Oh, 100%. No one failed more than I did. I deserved all the credit I received. Nobody's seen more than I've seen. None of these fighters, none of these athletes.
It's not controlled. Burn out everything else. If you drop it,
Let's do it, Jakey.
That's only 10% how fighters train right there. That's nothing. What I did is nothing. That's how fighters warm up. And so he's gonna have to get very familiar with that kind of lifestyle of fighting. Being a fighter is almost like being a monk. Yeah, I would equate a fighter, a true fighter that follows the rules of fighting, that's a monk. Yeah, he has a monastic lifestyle.
You have to believe this, bro. You have to know this. One thing I'm gonna tell you, and this is spiritual, right? See all your fights and stuff? All your knockouts are spectacular. Know what that means? All this good stuff happening to you. Know what that means? That you're favored by God. When you're favored by God, you're also favored by the devil. He's coming for you too. So you just gotta be strong and stay on the right side. Whose side you gonna go on? He's gonna give you power too. He's gonna get in your head too, but it's whose side you gonna stay with. You stay with who brought you here. Go home with the guy that brought you to the dance.
Joe Rogan and Mike Tyson are arguably two of the hardest-hitting men over 50 alive today. Share your thoughts on these two powerhouses in the comments below. If you're rooting for Mike Tyson to beat up the Disney clown, hit the like button. And don't forget to subscribe for the best boxing content.